wanted to welcome you back for another evening with a hymn and a history and also a lesson on Passover. Tonight we're going to learn about the 4 cups of Passover. So I thought this was very neat. There are 2 that are taken before the meal and 2 that are taken after the meal, after the Passover. And this comes from a passage of scripture in Exodus 6, verses 6 to 8. It says, "Therefore say to the people of Israel, I am the Lord. I will free you from your oppression and will rescue you from your slavery in Egypt. I will redeem you with a powerful arm and great acts of judgment. I will claim you as my own people and will be your God. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God who has freed you from your oppression in Egypt. I will bring you into the land I swore to give Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as your very own possession. I am the Lord." I tried to emphasize those I wills because that is what our cup is based on. There are special readings that go along with this, and usually 4 questions that the father will ask the children, and then the children have a response, and it's to remind them of what the Lord will do for them and did do for them. The first cup is the cup of sanctification. And this is at the beginning of the Seder meal. And then there is the cup of praise. So the first cup is, I will bring you out. So bringing us out of Egypt, bringing us out of our sin, bringing us out of the bondage of slavery that it has created in us. The second cup, I will deliver you. And we know that Jesus did that when he made a way for us on the cross. And there is one of these cups that they will dip their finger in, and they will recite the 10 plagues and put their finger to the plate. So they'll say blood, frogs, lice, wild beast, blight, boils, hail, locust, darkness, slaying of the firstborn. And then after the meal, there is the cup 3, the Lord's Supper cup. I will redeem. And we know that Jesus did this whenever he gave his life for us on the cross. And then there is the 4th cup. I will be your God. This is the cup of acceptance. So I just thought these were really neat ways that the Jews remember Christ from Egypt, and how post-Messianic Jews can see Christ in the cups today. So, and we'll talk more about a 5th cup that there is out there. Our song tonight is going to be The Old Rugged Cross. And I didn't know this, but this was written pretty much locally. It was written in Michigan, and it was by a where's he at? A man named Bernard was the composer, and it was first performed in Michigan. And Bernard was the son of a coal miner, and at the age of 15, he lost his father to an accident in the coal mines, and he had his mother and 3 sisters to support, so he would later go on to work and help support his mother and sister. And during this time in his life, he heard about the revival meetings that the Salvation Army was holding. And so he went down there, and he did go forward at the invitation and accept the Lord into his heart. He therefore threw himself over to full-time Christian ministry with the Salvation Army, and he would go on to be an independent evangelist and working in New York, Canada, and in Michigan. And he had been doing a revival, and he had been heckled, pretty much just relentlessly by these teenagers. And he was burdened for their souls, and he was also burdened for, how he could get them to understand the gospel. And so he was just focusing his mind on scripture and of Christ on the cross. And he had a vision of Christ being inseparable from the cross. And he began to come up with this melody, and it would be 3 months later that he would write the other 3 verses. And this was first performed in Michigan. And do you know that there is an old rugged cross historical museum there? So I thought that was really neat. And this came about in the year 1912 is when they think that he wrote this. So I thought that we would go ahead and sing that song and focus in on Christ and the cross as his, Passover week it is, and this coming Friday will be Good Friday. So let's sing it now. I know you know it. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. All right, guys, I hope you have another wonderful evening. Looking forward to tomorrow and sharing with you another observation of Passover and another hymn in history. Good night.